everyone. How are you guys? CeCe Clemens, Vibin, Weirdo. Hello. Yes. Got the bitchin' shirt on today, you know. And you guys are probably asking like questions like, why is she wearing so many Stranger Things shirts when she does any movie, any reaction related to it? It's been 3 years. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Alright, so there was no way possible for me to do a full in-depth recap of this show before it comes out on the 27th. There's just no way it can be done in the way that I want it to be done. So what I'm going to do instead is a reaction to the Stranger Things cast, well, so a portion of the cast, recapping seasons 1 through 3. We all need a little refresher. I'm almost done watching season 3. I'm like halfway into season 3 at this point. So I've been catching up. The recaps are cute, but I like to go in depth. I want to dig in deep, especially with this kind of show. So let's get right into it. Stranger Things 4, Stranger Things cast recap seasons 1 through 3, Netflix. Boom! And already, I just don't respect how much older they are, like, and how much older they look. Everybody's saying the same thing. I don't care. It's crazy to see like where they started and where they are now. It's ridiculous. Season 5, they're gonna have full beards. 11 and Max included is over. I'm kidding. Young men.
Hi everyone, I'm Gate Matarazzo.
And I'm Finn Wolfhard.
David Harbour.
Caleb McLaughlin.
Winona Ryder.
Sadie Singh.
Maya Hawk.
Freya Ferguson.
Joe Keery.
And we're from Stranger Things.
With season 4 coming up very soon, we thought
Where is Millie Bobby Brown? She's never there
what happened in Stranger
for the
Things
recaps.
1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
It's crazy. I know.
So, let's rewind all the way back and start with a recap of season 1.
The show follows the stories of a group of friends in a little town of Hawkins, Indiana.
So to start, we've got Will, Mike, Lucas, and Dustin, who are all best friends.
There's also Will's older brother, Jonathan, Mike's older sister, Nancy, and her boyfriend, Steve.
You're an idiot, Steve Harrington.
Anyways, scary government types are in town and doing lots of top secret stuff involving underground monsters and the like, as well as some stuff with a young girl who has telekinesis.
The gang has to team up in season 1 to fight the Demogorgon, a super scary monster.
This dude got a whole thing going on right now. I don't appreciate that.
That basically has a head made of teeth and comes from an alternate dimension called the Upside Down.
And they have to save Will, who has been kidnapped by the Demogorgon and is being held captive in the Upside Down.
It's a wrist rocket. You're gonna take out the Demogorgon with a slingshot?
And have to do this 99% by themselves, because of course, most of the adults in Hawkins, Indiana are less than helpful.
Except for, of course,
That
Will
was
and
one of
Jonathan's mom.
That scene where she flipped the bike. When they were riding the bike and she flipped the van over. One of my favorite scenes. And then also the scene where she defended Will. No. The scene where she saved Mike from falling into the whatever that body of water was. And then like walked towards the bullies with her like, all dirty and then the blood coming out her nose and just like, you know what I'm saying? That was actually pretty spot on when she did that. Broke his arm. That was dope. That was my favorite scene, like so far, probably of the whole thing. But yeah, just thought I'd add that in there.
Joyce and Sheriff Hopper, who actually later adopts Eleven. Mostly because he's a sweet guy, but also because Eleven was raised by those evil scientists.
Elle, by the way, totally defeats the Demogorgon with her superpowers, and everyone assumes she perishes in the fight too. But the good news is, Will is back in this dimension and reunited with his friends and family.
All seems normal, except, well, this is Hawkins, and it won't stay normal for long.
Season 2 brings a new batch of friends to Hawkins, like Max and Billy, a sibling duo all the way from California.
This is also the season where we meet Lucas's smart-mouth younger sister, Erica. She's super
love
cute,
Erica.
Hilarious.
Everyone needs an Erica.
But it also brings some.
Oh my god, she's so much older!
Like the Mind Flayer, who, if you couldn't guess from the name, is not a hero in this show. It enslaves races of other dimensions by taking over their brains using its highly developed psionic powers.
So obviously, with creatures like that in town, this year doesn't go much better than the last.
It turns out Elle survived, and Hopper has been keeping her safe in his cabin. They eat some awesome waffles together.
She's antsy in isolation, wants to see her friends, or like anyone.
Eventually, she runs away and meets up with some other kids who also have superpowers.
Watch it, kid.
Mouth breather.
Friendships are tested, relationships are born.
The only thing that kind of sucked about season nothing sucked. Let's be clear. But the season 2 when she met 8, that was really dope. But it was like just one episode, and that was all. But as y'all can see from the first 8 minutes of season 4, we're gonna get more of a look into those other characters. So I'm Gucci. Sorry.
Deil gets a makeover,
And closes an interdimensional gate.
Will gets possessed, and Joyce's new boyfriend gets eaten by demodogs.
Did you mention a gate closing?
Yeah.
All the sci-fi monster stuff is over, right?
Yeah.
On to season 3. The big thing happening in Hawkins this year is the opening of the new Starcourt Mall. Remember, it's 1985. Malls weren't weird, abandoned mega buildings back then. They were weird, thriving mega buildings.
And with the evil monsters of the past seasons vanquished, all the kids can finally relax and start living a normal American teen lifestyle. You know, shopping, ice cream, dating, more makeovers,
outfit.
just general non-monstery stuff.
Except for, of course, Will, who still has tons of PTSD from the whole being held captive in an evil dimension and then possessed by a monster thing.
Hey, you okay?
We should also cover the relationships in season 3 because there are a lot of them.
Mike is dating Elle, and they keep kissing with the door closed.
Hey!
Lucas is dating Max sometimes. It's kind of your typical on-again, off-again romance. Jonathan is dating Nancy, and Dustin is dating his mystery camp girlfriend, CeCe.
Oh, and Steve wants to be dating his new coworker, Robin, but that probably won't work out for him.
Steve.
Also, a lot of crew have jobs now, like real jobs.
Jonathan and Nancy are working at the local Hawkins newspaper.
Billy is lifeguarding at the pool.
And Steven and Robin are working at Starcourt Mall's Ice Cream Scoops Ahoy, where Erica is their #1 customer.
So remember before how we said that all the sci-fi monster stuff was
She
over?
killed it, Erica.
Well, folks, that was a lie. We lied to you. The Soviets have come to town and are attempting to open a portal to the Upside Down.
Which, if you watched the previous 2 seasons, you know is a bad idea, like the worst.
With that, the Mind Flayer is back. Not only is he back, but he's enslaving Billy to do his bidding.
And there's also a whole thing with rats. Just bad news all around. Jonathan, I have a lead.
But Hawkins is a town full of outright badasses, and our crew of heroes sets off to uncover what the Russians are up to beneath the mall.
And for good measure, Sheriff Hopper and Joyce set off to do the same. Because Joyce has been freaking out about her fridge magnets. True story.
Magnets, and then they were
That was
rejected.
hilarious.
Please!
Now, this leads, of course, to a series of misadventures. But we get to meet Alexei, the friendly Soviet scientist who just wants to have a Slurpee and be friends, especially with Murray. Hi, Alexei.
We, however, do not love Grigori, the ruthless assassin sent to kill Alexei for his defection. Boo to Grigori.
Tomatoes! We'll throw them. It's like an old Shakespeare jest.
Tomatoes.
So at this point, things are looking very grim for our Hawkins heroes. The Red Army forces are hunting them from high and low.
The Mind Flayer is getting stronger and more relentless, and Billy is totally possessed.
Up at Hopper's cabin, the Mind Flayer finally comes for Elle, seeking revenge because she closed the gates to the Upside Down.
To make matters worse, over at the local fairgrounds, Grigori tracks down Alexei, who is with Hopper, Joyce, and Murray, shoots him dead.
They got Alexei, Jim!
Since it's the 80s, all this converges on the local mall. First, the kids break into the underground Russian base.
Let's be honest, that's pretty brave.
Then the adults break into the very same underground Russian base using a bit of cunning trickery, which includes a very memorable rendition of the theme of the Neverending Story.
Reach the stars, fly a fantasy. Meanwhile, the kids take cover in the mall to hide from the Mind Flayer and disciple Billy.
And even more bad news, the fight at the cabin left Elle without her powers, so things are shaping up to be a little one-sided for this fight.
So the Mind Flayer, which is a super terrifying monster from another dimension, definitely has the upper hand. The gang is able to keep it distracted thanks to a genius idea from Lucas, throwing fireworks at it while Elle helps Billy to break the control the monster has over him.
Flee this, you ugly piece of shit!
Billy, who's been a mega jerk since the moment we met him, fully redeemed himself by sacrificing himself to the Mind Flayer, saving Max and her friends. What a complex character.
Deep below the food court, Hopper and Joyce place a bomb on the Russians' upside-down opening machine.
But Grigori shows up, and while Hopper is able to defeat him, he is left trapped with the bomb. When it detonates, it appears Hopper gets blown up too.
Poor Hopper.
The good news is that the bomb closed the gate to the Upside Down, causing the Mind Flayer to keel over dead, saving everyone else.
The government, the US one, not the Soviet one, swoops in to destroy them all and sweep all this nasty interdimensional business under the rug.
Elle and Byers pack up their house, deciding to move to another town that isn't Hawkins.
Can you blame them?
No.
A monster attacks the town once a year. I'd be packing a suitcase too.
Absolutely, I would have left season 1.
Yeah.
But don't worry, Mike and Elle finally confess that they love each other and make plans to reunite.
In the final shots, we see a remote prison somewhere in Russia, with guards discussing an American prisoner.
So, like, maybe, just maybe, there is some hope for Hop.
Yeah, he's definitely a Soviet prisoner.
Don't worry, he survived and he'll be back in season 4.
Hopefully this little recap has gotten you all excited to watch the new episodes.
Volume 1 of Stranger Things 4 premieres May 27th, and Volume 2 comes out July 1st.
All right. That was a really great recap. Very short, sweet, to the point. They definitely took their time recapping season 3 for sure, because that was the last one that came out. But I love when they do this. They do this every season where they have members of the cast go over what happened in the prior seasons. I love that. But yeah, just rewatching seasons 1, 2, and then almost finishing 3. It's like, it's not exactly like I watched it for the first time, but my emotions and the way that I react to certain things is similar to how it was the first time. And that's why for me this is like it's my favorite show. As far as like regular show, not like cartoons and stuff, or like comedy, or like sitcoms and stuff like that. Those are different categories, but just in general show, this is it. It's just such a great show. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there was some scenes on that first one that really stood out to me when 11 was saving her friends from the bullies. That scene was iconic. I'm talking goosebumps. I'm talking watery eyes. That kind of emotion for me. Season 2 was very important. In that one, Elle, she learns more about herself. She gets into the history of her mother. That was very important. She learns her history more as far as like what happened to her mother and kind of why. I hope they maybe explore that a little more. I don't know if there's any chance of saving her. Well, we can hope. But yeah, that was really cool seeing that in season 2, and then us knowing that, okay, we can see someone else that was a part of the Hawkins lab experiments they were doing exists. And it's like, okay, and that opened my mind up to these other numbers for sure. If it wasn't before, it definitely opened up at that moment that I saw 8 on the inside of her wrist there. And season 3 is also really good. I mean, Elle, she's really grown up and matured more. Her vocabulary is getting better. And she's just learning how to just navigate life, as the other kids too. But, Elle's the main character. But, yeah, they're all developing relationships. Things are different. Dynamics are changing. Will is feeling left out, as he has been since season 1, it seems, with his experience, of course. So every season I see Will, I just say, poor Will, just poor guy. So I'm hoping season 4, I don't say that. Like, leave Will alone. Like, stop messing with Will. Season 3 was okay. He just felt the goosebumps. So I hope they continue that and give him a break, and he does the saving, like he did in season 3, or help with the saving. So yeah, that was a great recap. I cannot wait until season 4 comes out. I am super excited. I am overhyping it. I can overhype it, and it's probably still going to exceed what I'm expecting. That's the vibe I'm feeling right now. Even if I don't care. I'm just ready to get down and watch it. It's been 3 years. The wait, I feel like in advance, is already worth it. And I cannot wait to share with you guys my thoughts after I binge the life out of season 4, part 1. And then part 2 comes out in July. And then I did hear that some of the episodes are going to be like very long. And that's what I like. Give me thick episodes. Give me them thick episodes. There we go. Thick. I don't know. But that is all, you guys. I want to thank you for watching. CeCe Clemens, Vibin Weirdo. Drink your water. Peace. And watch Stranger Things. I really hope you didn't watch this and didn't watch any of the prior seasons. Let's do better.